Alright, here we go. Sun's starting to get low. Setting behind the peninsula here. And try to get up here for a better view without going too far. There we are. Great view. Looks cool. So, hoping to talk to my kids, Jenny, Jace, Jeffrey, as soon as possible. Hopefully soon. I'm looking all over for years for them. I've heard all kinds of bad things and stuff, so I hope they're all right, you know. And I'm always here to protect them and help them through anything, so hopefully they're all right. I'm here for them, always will be, always have been, but things happen in our lives. It's kind of sad. So, they've been saying that I get to see Jace, you know, JC, that they have JC, and every day they say I could meet with him today and you'll see him today, and they keep saying that. It's been going on for years, actually. And it's kind of sad, you know. It's like, last time I talked to Jace was like a little over a year ago. They told me I could come pick him up in Valencia, but they had just been I put like $170 in gas in my car within like 3 days. Bought a locking gas cap, the whole bit, and they're siphoning my gas. And so they said, you can come pick him up in Valencia. I said, well, now I don't have any gas. I said, where's the address? I'll get out there either way. And then I was talking, and then JC came and said, he goes, because I guess supposedly he wasn't talking. He stopped talking to them. They thought they messed with him so much he couldn't talk anymore, I guess. So he started talking because he heard it was me. He said, Jeffrey was out here too. They're telling us we can't go anywhere because we're under, we're being, there's people out to get us and stuff, or, they're under protective watch or something. And Jeffrey got so sick of it, he finally said, I'm just going to walk out the front door. And he goes, and so Jeffrey just walked out the front door. And then he said, then all of a sudden I heard, and then they cut off the communication. And that's all I heard. And the guy says, well, that's the last you're going to be talking to your son. Last time you'll ever talk to your son. I said, why is that? He said, because he's saying things he's not supposed to. I said, I didn't hear what he said. And he doesn't know what he's supposed to say and not say. He can't leave my son alone. You know what I mean? And when he said some more things, that's the last I talked to my son, In this network, we're talking about not on the phone, with the electronics they have installed within me, So it's not cool. They always, subliminally attack me with all kinds of weird stories and saying stuff about my son, JC. Oh, and you told your son to come suck your... I said, you know what, you sick Alice. Don't ever talk about my son in that type of way. Don't ever mention that type of stuff in my son's name ever again. They went on and on with that. About a week and a half ago, they said, well, I guess there's some guy posing. This gets weird. Some guy posing as me. He first got his picture put on my driver's license. I paid for about 3 driver's licenses I never got. And he put his picture on my driver's license. I said, how would he do that? They said he went to the DMV and said that he was had to update his picture because it didn't look like him. And so he did that. I guess he's running around with my license with his picture on it. And then he probably thought, and then they told me he switched his name. In other words, he probably thought someone may say, you're not Jeff Creedon, so he legally changed his name to Jeff Creedon. My name's Jeffrey Charles Creedon. I was born in Phoenix, Arizona, December 9th, 1962. And I know when I lived with Kathy, she said, we need to get you a copy of her birth certificate. So I don't know, it disappeared when I was with her or whatever. I don't know where it was. But I had it all along. And I said, okay. And she said she'll take care of it. She came up with a birth certificate. It looked all legit and everything. My birthday, all the same stuff mine has on it, except for the where I was born. It said Arizona, but it said somewhere else in Arizona. And I was born in Phoenix, Arizona, at St. Joseph's Hospital. That's what it's always been. So, but other than that, I just thought of that recently. I thought, who knows? I didn't suspect a whole lot of shady stuff back then. So who knows? But so this guy went and officially changed his name to Jeff Creedon. In April of 2022, I found out 2 weeks later after the episode that he got arrested in my name. This guy. Yeah. And I asked the woman, she said for grand theft. They said, but he's let out the same day. I was looking for my kids, so I called the place I found online. It's like a database. And, and she looked it up. She said, for my kids, she couldn't find anything about them. And then it said that there's an arrest for Jeff Creedon, like 2 weeks earlier, in April. I was calling in May. She goes, well, that wouldn't be him because the birth date's way off. So maybe I'm thinking it's me. I'm thinking, well, maybe it's a relative or something. What was he arrested for? For grand theft. But it shows he's let out the same day. So I said, thank you. I went on the website and sheriff.org website, and it showed there was a arrest in April for it showed 2 charges. I thought they said $10,000 each on them, but their numbers didn't say what they were. The woman told me, I got here and get inside the car, it's getting cold. The woman told me it was for grand theft, but it showed 2 charges on the thing. And so I went to the Lomita Sheriff Department the next day, and I said, I got a problem. It shows on. I told her what happened, the story I just said. I said I was never arrested 2 weeks ago. I said, so what I'd like to do is give you my if you could check out the fingerprint and mugshot of the person supposedly got arrested, and you'll see that it's not me because I don't need any problems. And she said, okay, she took all my info. She left, came back in about 13 minutes and had some folders and stuff in her hand and some other things. I said, okay, great. There's all of a sudden a sheriff shows up. The sheriff department shows up out of the blue, and he says, told her, no, you bring those back there, back behind this like glass window thing with a door there. Bring them back there. She goes, no, I have, these are what he wanted to see. No, take them back there. Go back there, bring those back. Don't come back out. I know who this guy is. I'll deal with him. She's bringing everything I needed, And so I didn't get to see him. I thought, wow. And then the guy started saying something he didn't make sense. So I just left. I thought, this is weird. And then I got arrested a week or 2 later for nothing. And I get through here, yeah, for nothing. And they brought me to the jail. They were going to let me out a day later. The next day, they got me a tap card. Said, well, you're going to be released tomorrow, and da-da-da. And I ended up being lost in the system there. Didn't get out for like 5.5 months. They let me out with no charges, but I was pretty much there. It was awful anyways. So when I got out, one of the first things I did is I went to Lomita Sheriff. When I was there, I talked to a public defender there. She said, well, there's this charge. Because what happened, I believe, is they made sure to get arrested in my name. So there would be, and get bailed out the same exact day, so that there would be a warrant in my name for when they don't show up to the court, the following court date. And sure enough, that's what happened, I guess. This is why that woman at the jail had info on it. I said, if you could check into that. I said, I already went to the Lomita Sheriff Department about it. If you could check and look and see, you'll see that the mugshot and the fingerprints aren't me, because it wasn't me. I told her what happened at the sheriff, what happened and how I went there and everything. And she says, okay, whatever. I never saw her after that. 5 months later, whatever, I got out. I never saw her, so I never found out how that went. But when I got out of jail in end of October, one of the first things I did is go to the Lomita Sheriff Department and brought it up. I told them the situation. They looked on the computer. They said, no, there's nothing here. I said, well, obviously they dropped the charge because they knew it wasn't right. I said it wasn't me. I told him the story. He goes, what did that guy you dealt with look like? I said he had like a circle curl mustache on each side of his mustache, a short one on each side. They curled into like a ring, a thin ring on each side. And we don't have anyone that looked like that works here. Well, anyways, so I said, he goes, well, there's nothing like that. No record. Your record's clean. You got this little thing in Bakersfield. That's nothing. He goes, so you got a clean record. I wouldn't worry. I said, yeah, but it doesn't. It's probably been dropped, I said, but it doesn't change the fact that someone got arrested in my name. I said, I'd like to know who's using my identity because that's not cool. He said, no, don't worry about it. I mean, he was kind of dealing with it like that, and he never looked into it. I thought, wow. So a couple of weeks ago, I went to the courthouse. I had them run my name. They said, yeah, it shows you have a warrant out of Lamina Sheriff. I was like, oh my God. I said, really? She goes, yeah, I was there like on a Thursday or something, Thursday or Friday. She goes, it showed that it was just issued as a warrant this Monday, which is like 9 months after, or whatever. You know what I mean? So, very odd. So there's a warrant in my name for this guy getting arrested in my name. And they told me at the courthouse that the person used my driver's license. Yeah. So the person used my driver's license. Yeah. Not cool. That's how they got all the info. So then I looked on the courthouse computers the other day, and it shows the day before that arrest, the person was arrested the day before for a drug and some type of auto charge, something to do with the automobile. And then it showed both cases were dismissed. Doesn't change the fact he's using my name, and it looks bad. So it's not cool, is what I'm saying. Not cool at all, And it looked like there were some others while I was in the jail, but between May and October, it looked like some other things were there, and I don't see them now. So it's really weird, but it looks to me like he got, and they even said that. I was talking to the guy on this network the other day, and he says, well, the idea was to get these arrests and charges in your name, and therefore, if it looks like you get arrested all these times, then when they bring you in next time, they'll just try to keep you there a long time and keep you there. He goes, but that's obviously doesn't work that way. So we're working on right now getting these charges removed from you. He said. That's what he said. So who knows? You know what I mean? So, and I went there, it's still, the charges are still there, so it's like, not cool. So there's a warrant in my name. When I went to the courthouse, the woman said there's a warrant. I said, what's the warrant for? She said, for petty theft. And the girl at the court, with the jail, when I was there, the public defender, she said it was for grand theft. And the woman on the phone, when I originally called and I found out about it, she said it was for grand theft. But at the courthouse, they said it was petty theft, so I don't know. So here we go down here. I'm going to start a new video for when we get right down here. Oh, the sun's setting right now. It'll be dark really quick. So this is our view from here. My view. Your view too now. Let's walk on over to this side, see what I can see. Maybe I'll take the trail down there and do a little hiking and bring my mountain climbing gear, but may need it. area closed, no access. That never stopped me. To me, that's even more of a thrill. Not allowed to go here. I'm going there. No, I'm joking. So, you can see the mountains going out to sea in the distance. And I'm going to walk more down this way. I don't want to get in these guys' picture here. So this is my stomping grounds here, you know. Pretty much know this place like the back of my hand. I mean, I could be a tour guide down here, show you every nook and cranny, you know. It's like, it's a good place to be in 2023. I wish my kids were with me. I do. Haven't seen them in a while, and it's sad. People strategically messed up our lives and made it so they blocked my kids so I can't find them on the internet. They got me on a corrupt server like some jackrabbits. Cool little bunnies, huh? They're used to people, so. I got one over here. He's a smaller one. Little baby bunny. Little white cottontail type bunnies. Just life in PV, got all kinds of wildlife here. Got the benches here. Not all the different earths have this sort of thing. This is set up so you could relax, have a little seat here, and don't dare go beyond this fence though. Look at the bunnies, and at night they got a whole different breed of wolves and coyotes and animals. You don't know what they are. They're pretty hectic. You gotta watch out. And, you know, that's why they don't want you going out here. They can't put a time limit, or people won't pay attention. Just don't go there at all, because, you know, one of those things comes up and jumps up at you. These creatures that get out here, you could be, you know, end up jumping, falling off the cliff or whatever. Here's another bunny up here. Big ears like a bunny should. They're cool. Neat little bunnies. They're smart. They stay a distance because they're wildlife. You can see Catalina back there, but it's kind of dark, so kind of overcast, I mean, so. Let's see. See it right there, kind of. See. That's Catalina. And get the rocks out there. Rock and roll. And the other rocks right there, as you see. No, that's not a ship, a Chinese junk or something. Just some rocks. Then you got the beautiful oceanfront homes that, yeah, not too expensive. You could probably buy one of those for about 19 million or something. Not too much, but well worth it. You know, you got a view of the beautiful ocean, the wild bunnies, and all these nice homes along the way. They're not all that expensive when it comes down to it, you know. You can look at it as a real estate investment, you know. Gardeners are cheap here. Probably cost you about, keep that place out, a couple of grand a month. It's not bad. So they say do not feed the wildlife. People have made that mistake, and some of these more vicious ones, you know, you don't want to know, but yeah, it could get pretty hectic. So we got the seats here to kick back and you can get the README here, tell you all about where we're at, and I could pretty much, you know, I know all this by heart by now, but it's Vicente Bluffs Reserve. So, you know, it's a coastal trail that you can go on. And let's see, there it is. Yeah, coastal trail, California Coastal Trail. So, Point Vicente, and you are here. A little more read here. Trail safety. I'm not going to get into the whole thing. Do that another time. This isn't exactly on every earth, but go ahead and scan that barcode and you can learn more about it. Trying to get one without the light hitting it. There we go. You can jump over here. This is a little more, this will tell you here. Nice little post here that little, put the light on. Rancho Palos Verdes. Palos Verdes Peninsula Land Conservancy. California Coastal Trail. It flags you over to this side. And people put their little, you know, note right there. You could pin a thing, you know, housekeeping for cheap or whatever. And if you're walking your dog, you got your bags here to, you know, clean up after yourselves. Here you are, Vicente Bluffs Reserve, Palos Verdes Nature Preserve. It's unique geological features, coastal bluff habitat, and beautiful sunset views. Tell me about it. I've seen many here. Please stay on the designated trails. Not allowed in this preserve. Reckless use of trails that endangers people or animals, motorized vehicles or radio-controlled models. No smoking, open flames, or rockets. Don't bring your rocket ship here. Hunting or discharge of any weapons. Camping, nudity, or paragliding. Yeah, I saw this chick here nude one time. They swept her up really quick, you know. And Animals on the beach, creature or damaging trails. Wait, creating or damaging trails, removing removing, damaging, or adding any animals, plants, rocks, fossils, contacting signs, no, defacing signs or barriers. Don't deface the signs. You don't want to mark them up with, graffiti, And please report violations to the Preserve info and reporting line 310-491-5775 or the Lomita Sheriff's Station 310-539-1661. And some of the, like the California, what's that? Morning Glory flower and the butterflies and different animals, and pretty cool. It's a reserve boundary. Popular place. People come from all parts of the world to see this. And rattlesnakes are pretty common here. I almost got bit once. It was chasing me down the trail. I ran like hell, man. These are vigilant rattlesnakes. They come at you, yeah. All pets must be restrained on a leash, 6 foot max length. Please pick up after your pet. See, like this guy's doing. And so, basically, good place to be. Keep it clean. They don't want no planting and so forth. Bringing fossils. People bring fake fossils and stuff, and people think, "Oh, I found it," Or they come plant their own plants down here. Before you know it, you got some weird plants growing down here because they thought they were going to enhance the, the look. It looks cool to them, but it doesn't really fit in here, One guy did a whole bunch of marijuana plants for growing down there, saying, "No, you don't do that." So the suns went down. I got my race car in the view. That thing jams. Ever since I got that turbo tuned up, it flies. Flew away a Porsche on the way over here. Okay. And here we are.